Hello once again. Good to see you here. Yes, it's time to get cozy because it is the last day of the year. Ha ha! The last day of the year. I mean, it comes around once a year. Every year. Oh, hi. It's that last day of the year again. Every year it comes around, and every year we set intentions or resolutions, as they were, to accomplish something that we did not accomplish in the prior years. And then time goes on, months go by, holidays end, birthdays pop up, spring comes, and the next thing you know, we've totally forgotten what it was we wanted to do at the beginning of the year. That's a common theme for many people. Maybe not you, but maybe you. It's okay. These things happen. I have definitely been that guy lots of times. Lots of times. Definitely I've been that guy lots of times. You see? Le frustration. So then this happens. Time goes on and you notice you're spending less time doing that thing. So the new year comes. Yes, good. Starting the thing. First thing on the list, I'm going to do that thing. Let's say it's eat more apples. I'm going to eat more apples. And you just buy all the apples. And you're like, yeah. And then on Monday, I eat an apple. And I'm like, yes. And then on Tuesday, I eat an apple. And I'm like, heck yeah. And then on Wednesday, I'm like, I see you, apple. I've got intentions. Let's go. And I eat that apple. Great. 3 days in a row. That's perfect. But did you know it takes up to 6 weeks to make a new habit a habit? 6 weeks? Yeah. I'll say it again. 6 weeks to make a new habit, which means for 6 weeks I would need to eat a new apple. But would I have to do it every day? You see, that's how we tire ourselves out. Sometimes we're so gung-ho we just jump in all at once. Whee! Just jump in all at once. Whee! Slow down, dial it back, or jump in all at once. Whee! But make sure you have intentions to keep it long term because it's the long game. It's the long game that pays off. That's what we need to perfect this year. What's our long game? When a year ends, instead of making our sole focus, okay, what's my intention for this next year? What if we looked back and said, wow, look at all the stuff that I did this year. Wow, look at all the places I've come from this year. Wow, I did a lot this year. Apparently this year is just that way, to my left. And next year is just that way, to my right. Isn't that interesting how we just orient ourselves? So looking back at the year that we just had, 2018. Woo! How was your 2018? I know mine brought a lot of changes. For me, right away, 2018 was different. I made resolutions. Okay, this was my New Year's resolution. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna live my art, man. I'm gonna live my art. That's how I talk in my head, like, not all the time. I have lots of different characters running around in my head. I know, that's shocking to you. But that's definitely one of mine, the artiste. Like, I both take myself seriously and mock myself at the same time because it's all about my art. But you know what is my art? I write, I do comedy. Comedy is my life. But what is comedy? It's more than just telling jokes and making fart sounds. It's more than just the farts and the jokes and everything in between. It's about observation. It's about what it is that I'm interpreting in this world and filtering back out to you guys in some flavor of comedy. At the beginning of this year, I was going out there. I was going to live my art. I was going to do my thing. I was going to go to more open mics because I already do comedy. I'm in an improv group called Say What NYC. And you remember us by going, say what? NYC. We have a good time. But I want to do more and branch out. So this year I was going to put out my own work. I was like, yes, put out my own work. I'm going to do that. And so I was going to open mics and I was going to open mics and I was going to open mics. I kept that end of the deal. But also what starts to happen? Burnout. So burnout started to happen and I was getting tired and grumpy. And also, I mean, open mics ain't cheap half the time. Pay to go in on stage or you have to, you know, buy a drink, buy a meal. Support the bar. Support the bar where you get to have your open mic. So I was in a grumbly place, and what happens when you're in a grumbly place? You put yourself in a grumbly place. I remember I was determined on one side, and on the other side, I was angsting. Oh, it's taking so long. Oh, I feel like I'm broke. Oh, where's the money? When you're an artist, money is just as important as when you're not an artist. Except you also want to make the money off your art. So what ended up happening, that was all of January, now we're in February. One day, I get hit by a car. It's okay. I survived. I'm lived. I'm here. Everything is fine. It was rather remarkable because as far as getting hit by a car goes, I was a pedestrian crossing the street and this guy was turning. The light had just changed. In this circumstance, there was something called no fault insurance, which I was able to file for because I landed. I hadn't broken anything. I wasn't bleeding anywhere. I had some bruises and I had muscle tension. What do I have to do now? I just have to work my muscles more. I have to put more effort into regaining the strength that I used to have and to having even more strength than I used to have. More than that, this happened. I started going to see physical therapy. Yay. Thank you. Angels keep you safe. But other than that, I was alive. That was my first thought. Holy crap, I'm still here. What do I want to do with my life? Go to Australia. Right away, that's what I wanted to do. In fact, it's something I had wanted to do for a while. Go to Australia. So I did. I was alive. I went to Australia. I had a dream and I accomplished it. I didn't just want to go to Australia. I wanted to visit the Crystal Castle, which is an amazing place in Mullumbimby, Australia. It's up by Byron Bay, Brisbane, Australia. Beautiful on the other side of the world. What? It changed my life. What? It changed my life. My life is incredible. It always has been incredible. It's incredible that I'm still here. And my New Year's resolution led to other things because before I got to Australia, I was like, wait, I need to be able to afford this trip to Australia. What if I did this? What if I put on a show? Yes, this is brilliant. I'll put on a show and then I'll charge money for people to go see that show and I'll use that money to pay for my trip to Australia. Yes, that's what I'll do. So I did that. I took the bits that I had been taking around to the open mics and I fleshed them out. I fleshed them out until I had one piece. One woman show, Danielle XX, which I put on this year. So hold on, the year started, I wanted to go to more open mics, I wanted to create more of my own content. Then I get hit by a car. Oh no, owie, but remarkably alive. Hallelujah, miracle. What am I going to do with my life? I'm going to Australia. But wait, I need to afford to go to Australia. You know what? I'm going to write a one-woman show. Boom. I put on my one-woman show. It's incredible. It's profound. I shared so much of myself. I shared so much that I didn't even realize was still in there. I had a lot to say. And you know what? Everyone who came to see it had a lot to say too. This impacted me personally. Wow, when you said that about the inner child, it just resonated with me. Danielle, you should bring this to my school. Are you traveling around with this? Wow, Danielle, I'm so glad you did your show. All of these responses, all of these incredible motivational responses came from you guys, from everything that you did when you came to see my show, which I put out there because I wanted to take a trip, because I had survived, because I had been through an incident which was life-altering. These things happen throughout the year, and then what happens? I accomplished the dream. I put on the show. It's done. Officially on my resume. Boom! Danielle XX. Then I went to Australia. Picture. Koala. Just kidding. That's a wallaby. Now it's no longer the summer. The summer has come and gone. The adventures have come and gone. My show has come and gone. So what are my intentions now? That's what we are all asking ourselves. It's the end of the year. It's almost confetti time. Everyone's so ready to blow on their horn and put on their hat and toss up their confetti. Confetti! Everyone's so ready. Let's do this thing. Now I have a one-woman show that I plan on taking places. Maybe it'll become a documentary. Maybe it'll be animated. I don't know. I'm not quite done with it yet. Maybe I'm going to take it around place to place and perform it individually for people. Maybe it's going to help me stride forward and become a motivational speaker, because that's a lot of what I had in my show. Motivational speaking, how important it is to influence one another in positive ways. how important it is to recognize the brilliance in another person, how important it is to encourage another person. Thank you. I shared all those things with you because it was a pretty crazy year. 2018 was a pretty crazy year. I worked a gala event for Stunt Women's United. I did a gala for them. 2018 was a crazy year. 2019 holds nothing but promise. Make it last. Because at the end of next year, we'll be looking back at 2019 and going, wow, that really happened. Do 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 do. Humor is how I survive things. You're in a bad place. This is what is gonna cheer you up. You're gonna get yourself a clown nose. You're going to put your clown nose on. As so. And then you're gonna realize things aren't so bad.